Stephen Young here doing the junkyard crawl at One Stop Towing in Brimfield, Massachusetts with a Pontiac. Yeah, Pontiac. We love Pontiacs. GTOs, Firebirds, Trans Ams, Tempests, they're all cool. Well, how about the Aztek? Well, you gotta remember, these were built between 2000 and 2005. In fact, during the 2001 Daytona 500, an Aztek was the pace car. So could they be that bad? Well, these were designed by a GM stylist named Tom Peters, who also designed the C7 Corvette. Again, can't be all that bad. You gotta remember that at this point in time, the late 1990s, General Motors was in a period of redesign of its design department, and they were going brash, crazy, extreme, loud. They even had show vehicles called the Extreme with an X to show how cutting edge they were. So they really pushed their stylists to go over and above and beyond when it came to styling the Aztek. Well, the reality is, like the Edsel of Ford, 1958 through 61, they went a little too far. But it wasn't a bad vehicle. Let's begin the exploration. Now, this one is a 2004 Rally, and the Rally simply means it has 17-inch chrome wheels and a lowered front suspension, but they all have the same 3.4-liter pushrod 60-degree V6. No turbo 4 option, no dual overhead cams, nothing. This is the engine that is found in all of them. Not a bad engine. It's a descendant of the same 2.8 liter that wound up in Citations and Fieros. You know, some evolution going on for sure, but you know, made enough power to get this thing down the road. But again, it's a front wheel drive platform, but the primary thing that made these cars so weird was the grille styling, which played into Pontiac's bead and arrowhead beak style with the honeycomb right out of the mid-70s Trans Ams. All the cues they could figure, they threw at this thing. Dual level headlights. Trouble is, some people thought this looked like a weird smiling face coming down the road. But again, that's the form part of the picture. The function part of the picture, well, the Aztek's pretty cool. Let's look inside. Now, these were all 4 doors, no sliding doors. These were strictly opening door varieties. They were based on the Chevy minivan, which did have sliding doors, but for Aztek, they were strictly done as opening door cars. But when I get back to the function part of this thing, this one has the optional 10-speaker Pioneer stereo with this. This is the remote, which allows you to walk around the vehicle, including the tailgate, and set your stereo settings wherever you are around the car. This is factory stuff right here. Kind of cool. Now, this one does have an aftermarket JVC head, but again, the Pioneer 10-speaker system with that remote tuner was factory stock or an option. Now, one thing that's very cool too is this. The center console doubles as a cooler right here. It says Aztek all over it. You can see right there, Aztek. And the beauty is you take this puppy out, pack some soda pop or whatever you want inside of this thing, and again, put it back in the vehicle, and it's the center console. And this is one of many, many instances where form and function walked hand in hand. Now, these are all automatic equipped, no manual transmissions. There it is right there, the 4-speed automatic, all-wheel drive, of course. Now, inside the back of these things is equally impressive. The back seat has this thing right here. It says Aztek on it. It's a little pouch, a fanny pack, if you will. You can put this over your shoulder and carry your stuff out into the world. And again, form and function hand in hand. Inside, plenty of room, kind of a weird split level rear window. Again, it was part of the General Motors styling department's extreme design theme, which was either going to go over really big or really bad, and we all know what happened. But another thing too is that this thing right here, this is the load floor in the back. It's loose right now. It covers a pair of bucket seats, which go up and down. You know, very, very functional stuff right here. And the backs of the buckets are hard. You can actually have a picnic or whatever you want here. But this puppy right here actually comes out. See the wheels on that? This is a work table. You can take this thing out next to the vehicle, use it as a place to carve a roast or rebuild a transmission, whatever you want. This holds up to 400 pounds. And beyond that, the surface of this thing opens up to reveal netting and all kinds of cubby holes and great little details. This part here opens up too. Let's see, what's it do? Can't get it open, but this also opens. So again, this is standard equipment. This little table that holds 400 pounds comes out and rolls around. In the back, there's also cubby holes all over the place. Right here, here's a spot right here. You can put your goodies in there. And again, the point of this thing was to have, I think, a fun work vehicle, family vehicle for young families. You know, putting the sport in sport utility vehicle, SUV. Now, if we come outside to the back of this thing, we'll see something kind of unique. These were available as front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This one is a front-wheel drive, even though it's a rally. Keep in mind, rally means 17-inch chrome wheels instead of the basic stamped steel ones or wheel covers. Drum brakes in the back. But again, the rally meant lowered front suspension, those big wheels and tires, some blackout, a chin spoiler. But being a front-wheel drive, not an all-wheel drive, this one has a beam axle in the back, right back here. Now, while the all-wheel drivers have independent rear suspension, here we'll see that very basic beam with a couple of coil springs, and so very basic stuff. The chrome tip right here, part of the rally package right there. But again, this is Pontiac's first and last SUV. You can see right here the Pontiac Arrowhead right there. Now this one is a 2004, next to the last year for the end of the Aztek, which ended in 2005. And 4 years later, in 2009, the final Pontiac was built, I think in January of 2009. So here it is, man. This is the much loved, much hated Pontiac Aztek. Is it a winner or a loser? You decide. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the Steve Magnante YouTube channel.